Do you have idle money in your account? Money just laying there because it feels good watching a significant number every time you check your bank account, but you don't have any specific plan for it? Right? And when I'm saying plan, I mean a good plan. Buying a T-Rex costume doesn't really count. You're supposed to be a responsible adult. Okay, if you want that idle money to stop being idle and just money, or better, be useful money, it's a good idea to invest in something, like in real estate, or as I like to call it, stuff that is attached to the ground. But not anything that's attached to the ground counts as real estate. A tree would not count, so it's better to say goods instead of stuff. Okay then, we can call real estate as any good that consists of land with a building on it, along with any natural resources. So thinking again, I was wrong. The tree would actually count. Now you're ready to invest, but you don't want to worry too much because you get stressed easily and you don't need to rush it. So you can use the buy and hold method. Look, something good about real estate is that the goods gain value with the passing of time. So you can buy a property, wait some time, and then sell that property. Now you've earned money. But let's suppose that you're someone who likes to meet a lot of people from around the world, and you get tired of seeing the same faces for an extended period of time. So the Airbnb method is for you. By the way, in case you've lived under a rock for the past 10 years, Airbnb is an app that lets you lease any spare rooms or houses, i.e. real estate, that you might have laying around. We won't talk about it anymore because Airbnb is not paying us for this and we don't like free advertising. I just wanted you to know that if you take some nice pictures of your property and post them in Airbnb, people can go and rent it. It's nice because you don't need to wait for too long to earn that money. Okay, so more options? Do you like TV shows like Home Improvement or Bob the Builder? Do you have time and friends to repair old buildings and make them look awesome? Okay, so look for an old and abandoned building in a good location and buy it. Then seize all the things that you've learned watching those TV shows and call that friend who studied architecture and the other friend who's a civil engineer and then repair the whole structure. And voila, you have an almost new building ready to make money. This method takes time and budget, but if you find a proper opportunity, take it. But what happens when the building that you bought is in a high traffic area near an office center or a university with a beautiful parking lot? Maybe that building can be a nice place for a store or a little restaurant or something like that. So why not rent it for commercial purpose? You can ask for more money because the person who rents it is earning money from that building too. Also, if that business who's renting your building is doing really well, you can just kick them out and run the business yourself. The world is owned by the smarter people. Ha! So after this video, you realize that you don't want to spend time on real estate. Just invest your money. You don't want to get your hands dirty, and you found someone who is excellent in the business but doesn't have any money, which is counterintuitive. But anyway, so you can use the Real Estate Investment Trust, or REIT. An REIT is a group of investors who put money together and buy sizable real estate investments. Then someone works on selling or renting the properties, and when that works, each investor gets a share of the profits. This method is useful in case you trust the REIT and don't want to risk too much. It's a nice way to start in the real estate business. Some people in the industry prefer REITs because it's easier than going to the banks. You know, bureaucracy. But what if you ran out of money? Did you buy that T-Rex costume and now you're regretting it? Well, I have an option for you. You only need time, patience, and an ability to bargain. For the wholesaling method, you need to find a seller who hasn't placed his property on the market yet. Then you go and find a buyer for that property, and then you get a fee. Voila! Now you're a wholesaler in the real estate business. Okay, but regardless of which method you use, there are 3 musts that you need to have in mind if you want to make it here. Number 1, research. Do it all the time, beyond what people say. Check if the property is suitable for commercial purposes, if the neighborhood is okay, ask for more opinions. You know, nobody wants to live in a favela. Number 2, networks and REITs. Find people to work with. If you're a businessman, find an architect and a civil engineer. If you're an engineer, find a great salesman. In fewer words, create a team, or at least people that can give you honest answers to your work questions. Just for work, if you need honest questions about your life, find a friend, or a psychologist, or a dog. 3, focus on a location. No matter if you're selling a penthouse for nothing, if it's outside the city in the middle of nowhere and there's no electricity or internet there, you will find it hard to find a buyer. At least you can find a company who's shooting a horror movie. So create your niche based on your locations. If you're selling buildings on the beach, aim for hotels or restaurants. If you're building in a college town, make apartments for students. So if your life goal is to be in the top 10 list of Forbes' richest people, next to Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, you can consider getting into the real estate business. Just remember 3 things: research, networks, and location over convenience. And a 4th one, if you fail at this, it's not my fault, you're an adult. But if you actually go into the Forbes list, I will be grateful if you mention this channel. Well, I guess this is the end. Remember to click that bell, that subscribe button, and that thumbs up icon. We need that to keep having fun. Stay fresh.